What is climate change and its effects on global ecosystems? Climate change refers to long-term alterations in temperature, precipitation, and other atmospheric conditions on Earth. Primarily driven by human activities such as burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial processes, climate change leads to global warming and a host of other environmental changes. These changes profoundly affect global ecosystems, altering habitats, species distributions, and ecosystem services. Causes of climate change. Human activities have significantly increased the concentration of greenhouse gases, GHGs, like carbon dioxide, CO2, methane, CH4, and nitrous oxide, N2O, in the atmosphere. These gases trap heat, leading to the greenhouse effect, which causes global temperatures to rise. Additionally, land use changes, such as deforestation, reduce the Earth's capacity to absorb CO2, further exacerbating climate change. Rising temperatures. One of the most noticeable effects of climate change is the increase in global temperatures. Higher temperatures affect ecosystems by altering the conditions in which plants and animals thrive. Species adapted to cooler climates may struggle to survive, leading to shifts in species distributions. For example, polar bears are losing their ice habitats, and many plant species are migrating to higher altitudes or latitudes. Extreme weather events. Climate change increases the frequency and intensity of extreme weather events such as hurricanes, droughts, heat waves, and heavy rainfall. These events can devastate ecosystems by causing habitat destruction, altering water availability, and increasing the spread of diseases and invasive species. For instance, prolonged droughts can lead to forest die-offs, while intense storms can destroy coral reefs. Sea level rise. Melting glaciers and polar ice caps, along with the thermal expansion of seawater due to warming, contribute to rising sea levels. This rise threatens coastal ecosystems such as mangroves, salt marshes, and coral reefs, which provide critical habitat for many species. Additionally, sea level rise increases the risk of coastal erosion and flooding, affecting both human communities and natural habitats. Ocean acidification. The oceans absorb a significant portion of CO2 emissions, leading to ocean acidification. This process decreases the pH of seawater, making it more acidic. Acidification adversely affects marine life, particularly organisms that rely on calcium carbonate to form shells and skeletons, such as corals, mollusks, and some plankton species. The disruption of these species can have cascading effects throughout the marine food web. Biodiversity loss. Climate change is a significant driver of biodiversity loss. Changes in temperature, precipitation, and habitat availability force many species to migrate, adapt, or face extinction. Biodiversity loss reduces ecosystem resilience and the ability to provide essential services, such as pollination, water purification, and climate regulation. Conservation efforts must address both climate change and habitat preservation to protect biodiversity. Disruption of ecosystem services. Ecosystems provide services crucial for human survival and well-being, including food production, water purification, and carbon sequestration. Climate change disrupts these services by altering the functioning of ecosystems. For example, changes in precipitation patterns affect freshwater availability, impacting agriculture and drinking water supplies. Forests, which act as carbon sinks, may become carbon sources if they suffer from increased fires and pest outbreaks. Adaptation and mitigation strategies. Addressing the impacts of climate change on ecosystems requires both mitigation and adaptation strategies. Mitigation efforts focus on reducing GHG emissions through renewable energy, energy efficiency, reforestation, and sustainable land use practices. Adaptation strategies involve enhancing the resilience of ecosystems and human communities to climate impacts, such as building flood defenses, restoring degraded habitats, and promoting sustainable agriculture. Conclusion. Climate change poses a profound threat to global ecosystems, affecting species distributions, habitat availability, and ecosystem services. The consequences of rising temperatures, extreme weather events, sea level rise, ocean acidification, and biodiversity loss underscore the urgent need for comprehensive climate action. Mitigation and adaptation efforts are crucial to protect ecosystems, preserve biodiversity, and ensure the continued provision of vital ecosystem services for future generations. Understanding and addressing climate change impacts on ecosystems is essential for sustaining life on Earth.